Well, he said it himself. And he was first to register. The shortest in front, the legendary George Kwao, seated right in front of the class. Present, sir. Alfred Nazer, I see you. Lennox Ado from the Uequiapem. Sammy Ufiepe, listening to you live from Akropong. Brass Sibido from Texas, USA. Shem and Asantua mixing Yeboah, Rose Barbecue. Mobile barbecue guys. They bring the barbecue to you. All the way down in Koforidia is Stephen Jampo. Stephen Jampo, Baba Koforidia, so Mishia Mikrankasibia and Amena Mini. Need Tojo from Tema New Town. Special greetings goes to the army. Lieutenant General William Ejapong, CDS himself. Colonel Riafe Ajay, Colonel Banaman, Lieutenant Colonel Tenzil, Malik in Adenta, special shouts out to Ukukrubo. Good evening, Nana Reddy, and listening to Wisdom. Betterment of Ghana, Klektus Seku from Kanda. Tony Awuvi from North Kaneshi. Tony, has it been a while? Where have you been? Dede from Obojo, near American. Dede, good evening. Good evening, and I've had a double dose of your signature tune, and this is due to Winston in the morning on the SMS show. He actually tricked me thinking that I was coming in the morning on the SMS show. Only to hear his voice. Tofik from Tofma. Good evening to you, brother. Folks, we start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasan. And I say thank God it's Monday, another fine opportunity for us to meet up as one people to perform radio's finest ritual. A ritual I call That's My Opinion, only on Joy 99.7 FM. Mondays at this time. Make it a date. Folks, our topic today, killing the spirit of patriotism. Killing the spirit of patriotism. At this point, I'll say, let us all gather and make truth good. Folks, today's show is long-winded, is delicate and sensitive, and I am going to venture into uncharted waters. So help me God. Folks, on paper, we have one nation. On paper, clearly, we have one nation. But on the ground, it may not seem so. But folks, the reason why I'm putting my integrity on the line here is that when a nation cannot unite, cannot come together for its own good, its own benefit, then that nation is in trouble. And we are nearing trouble. If we can't come together, for if something is good that will benefit us all, but we have to come together and get that thing, then we are in trouble. Folks, somehow I have said, and I've said many times, that we have labeled party politics as though it's a legal sin. It's legal, but it's a complete sin. There are only certain class of people who are allowed to be openly labeled to commit that kind of sin. And I'm telling you, if you are outside of that class, it can be very frightening. Stay away from contributing or helping for fear of being tagged. Good people can hear nation discourse on a particular topic, on a particular subject. They could contribute, they could suggest, they could come out and help. But for fear of being tagged, there's legal sin. Oh yes. As for this, if you do it. As for that, if you comment and satis, be a party, and you know that, oh, I would love to go and wish this person well, but then A, B, C, D would also come to that party. Therefore, I will be tagged. And folks, as funny as it sounds, it is so real. So real. Sometimes even those who are legally and allowed to be playing double in this game, so that politician A comes here and his brother is really there, he would have loved to go there, just have a chit chat, but because hey, how come he's an NDC MP, came here and he went to an MPP guy's house? Is he defecting? And for that reason, even them at that level sometimes ignore. At that level, sometimes they ignore. It is so real. Now, I think now also people have spotted and taken that advantage of this weakness. Some are hired just to scroll through social media, look for persons who have some credibility or integrity, who have tried to help or made a comment here or there, and they launch their ferocious attack. Insult you, your family, everybody, malign you. So what did they do? Pam no chano. Let me just stay away. Now, you know something. Now, some of us who have a platform also avoid certain topics. Hey, if you talk about this, if you support that, if you support that notion, then you will be labeled. So sometimes we sit and watch patriots get devoured in the public space. Some of them, you could see persons, taking up the system. One man taking up a system, and sometimes reaching out that, listen, I am doing this for the benefit of the children, or I'm doing this for the benefit of the whole nation. So he's reaching out, Senka. Those of us with a platform would also jump on board and say, true. Mr. Man, Mrs. Woman, where this cause is the right cause, and kudos to you. But maybe this person is also, politically exposed. What he's saying is completely right. But if you come and defend and say, look, what this guy is saying is right, then that's it. And somehow there's this fear that you don't want to be tagged. You don't want to be tagged. So even with our platform, we sit quiet and watch patriots get devoured. What then happens? The next guy down the line who could have also helped says, well, look at Martin Pebu. When he was crying for injustice, who ran to Martin Pebu's help? Forget him. They call, they reach out. And sometimes they are hoping that those of us with a platform would all mobilize and say, no, that's a good cause. And so forth, we support you. Just that encouragement for him to keep fighting. You're on your own. One man. Sometimes you beat, and then you ask yourself the question, is Ghana for my mother? No, for baby other. Because the very people who you are fighting for don't come to your aid. Those with the platform who could have helped you to spread your message even further don't come to your aid. We don't even help to create the awareness of your fight, of your challenge. So we sit quietly and say, well, he's right, but I dare not go public to support him. Folks, 25th of April, 2006, 25th of April, 2006, Lieutenant General William Ejipon, Chief of Defense Staff, very fine gentleman, reached out to corporate Ghana that they should come to the aid of the army, particularly accommodation at the Burma camp. They are still using the same old building left by the white men. And truth be told, they are not fit for purpose. Dilapidated. I mean, really, really, really bad. I mean, you don't put a man who puts his life down to defend the nation and say, when you go and come, this is where you sleep. So he reached out to corporate Ghana. Now, the normal thing for the CDS to do would write a letter, go through the long bureaucracy and wait to see if budget, by the time it ends, nobody knows what happens to it. That would have been the normal thing. But instead, I say he's a situational leader, looks at the situation, changes his strategy. So as a situation leader, he rallied his men, put together a very good event, respectable event, reached out to corporate Ghana, and corporate Ghana responded. You'll be amazed on the day. The event was chaired by Sir Sam Jonah. And at the event, I think about 22 blocks of apartments were pledged. Bags of cement and other materials. I mean, they needed more apartments, but on that day, in that room, they got 22 apartment blocks. Some have 16, some have 24 apartment, blocks. Really decent, really modern, befitting a modern day soldier, somebody who's committed to serve the state. Materials were pledged. In fact, it was humbling. Zoom Lion, Imperial Homes, Jasmine, Desmoni, Engineers and Planners, Bank of Ghana, to name a few. All these entities gave towards this good cause. In fact, so let me digress and urge that all the other companies who could not make it on the day, please, the donation is still opened, and please reach out to the army and give something, and you'd be amazed how, they're building a whole new beautiful barracks. And I think it would be a good motivation for men who have given their lives to serve. So I'm reaching out, all the companies who didn't make it on that day, please donate. Folks, the table where I was sitting right across me was Ibrahim Mahama, sitting right across me. Very jovial and joking. Anytime somebody pledged cement, you shout, "Hey, it has to be Jata Cemento." Then we all burst out laughing. So he sat down and said, "Charlie, these men are really struggling, and they are the ones looking after us. So I will give 10 of the apartment blocks. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Osubisi. Very admirable. Very commendable. Very admirable and very commendable. Says I'll give 10 of the apartment blocks. The generosity, the patriotism, folks, 2 days later was just reduced. To a complete false headline by Ghana TV or Ghana something on Facebook. Headline says, Ghana Army gives land to Ibrahim for an undisclosed amount. And then you go to the comment section, and then the insults. In fact, I was pained. And for the first time, usually I would never, ever, put my name there. But anytime I saw the comments, I went there and I just typed to say, "Look, guys, calm down." It was the army reached out. It was an appeal for fund. And just like everybody else, the guy also gave. I mean, how could you live in a nation and if somebody does this for your nation, you just turn around, just insult? And why is he the only one being insulted? Everybody gave. Everybody gave. Everybody gave. I don't want to mention these companies, but there were two companies who are really friends, right? And one gave 1 million. And then as they were sitting, he says, "Oh, look, I'll change, I'll do 2 million. Then the other sister company says, "Oh, no, my company is older than his company. So if you give 2, I'll also give 2. I mean, so friendly, so joyous. Honestly, beautiful. To be reduced to insults. But you see, sometimes, I don't know how it is that we get here that it's as though we are allergic to success stories. But I blame my brother Ibrahim in a way. Because I spoke to him once. I said, "Ibrahim, for what you have gone through," and that was before his JM would become JM1. I said, "Ibrahim, share your story. Because in Ghana, businessmen are corrupt. And, and politicians. So if you don't share your story and your brother becomes president, you're in trouble. You are in big trouble." I mean, he has a beautiful story. The guy owns about 4 companies, whom once upon a time he applied. And they said, "No, who needs school certificate to be a foul." He went, built himself out, came back and bought the companies. These stories we hear of white people. This same Daman mine that he bought a couple of years ago, the first time he went, "What do you want?" "Oh, I want to see if you guys would let me bring my tipper here to also come and haul some of the material." No. Get out of here. You do that stage, Today he owns it. These are stories that we tell our people, that they are blood, kin, and kind. Kid, rejection doesn't mean it's the end. You have an army commander who comes and changes the game plan. Says, "No, At all costs, I must house my men. But I'm not going to use the same tribe. Finish the final, throw interior. Then I throw away, near train, now call parliament. By the time you know, boom, you're gone. All that paper trail, gone. So I'll change the plan. I'll bring the same Ghanaians together to say these are the guys who protect you. So give them a place to sleep. And in Ghana, with the army, I think even corporate Ghana benefits more than the nation at whole, if you know what I mean. Who's going to attack us? But it's Galamsey people who are going to cut fiber optic lines. So, I mean, people who are in telecom, you need the army more to protect so that they don't chop up these, fiber optic lines and stuff like that. And indeed, they came together. So instead of commending the CDS, what is or the assassinama, and then the insults. So folks, the next person is now thinking, if I get the opportunity, should I kill myself for this nation only to be insulted? Till what end? Folks, till what end? And so you see, there are some people who have who make a career out of the woes of the nation. They literally make a career. There are two. I mean, there are those who are idiots, and there are those who who are looking for political advantage or opportunity. There are those who are complete idiots. On the Jimmy and Jimmy Keke, on one side. There are those who made them opposition. So now the nation has to face some catastrophe. Nation not come together. Basis on something that benefits at all. How can a nation get to a point where we cannot rally together to say, this will benefit us all, so let's rally together? But then it's a very scary subject. Hey, Nana Ansah Kwao defend Ibrahim. You're going to be tagged. So what? I'll keep quiet. Just leave him to be tagged. On one anasema. I remember Okujeto was jumping up and down on the cathedral thing. And I was constantly saying that, look, this guy is reaching out. He needs help. He's reaching out. He needs help. He's reaching out. But hey, if you go and defend him, you're NDC. But I think it is time where if indeed the cause is just and right for the nation, let us all jump and defend it. If the cause is just and right for the nation, if contributing a little bit to the army so they can build a beautiful barracks for soldiers to stay in, how wrong can that be? So why would we sit back and watch one person just be maligned, watch an army commander be denigrated for being so patriotic or for being so generous? Well, today I put my credibility on the line. But I'm saying a story that should be told. I'm on BC secondary story that should be told. It's that once upon a time, Holman Brothers, guy goes there, applies for a job, you see him goes, come back and buys the company. I mean, that's a beautiful story. Comes to the mind, goes back, come back and buy the mine. These are stories we hear about Richard Branson. I don't know. We don't hear it too close to home. We don't hear it too close to home. So let us not be too afraid of success stories. Let's embrace them. Let's embrace success stories, particularly if it is our kith and kin. We should. 0302 216 541. Okay, Ajimai Joseph.
Good evening, and I hope you are doing well.
I'm very well. Let me hear you.
And if you don't see me in the register, don't be bothered because I don't change my dial, so I'm always here.
Thank you, sir. Let me hear you.
Nana, hello, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah. Nana, I love the point that you are making. You see, we need to cherish our own, and we need to give credit to the one who credit is due. You know, recently when Mr. Mahama won the bid for the mine, it looks as if someone from the opposition is opposing to it. But what is the point here? If he is competing with a foreigner and he qualifies to handle the mine, what is wrong with it? After all, he's coming to create a lot of employment for us. He has been creating employment in the north, and he's coming to create for us. Even what those who were handling the mine were doing for the community and Ghana at large. He is promising to do more than that, and I believe he will do it. So if you have our own who have fought a lot, and now he's a winner, now he's doing a lot to help the country, why not? So I think you should look at the person who has written a very good story and you push him up. God bless you for your submission.
God bless you too, my brother. 03
Thank you, Nana. Okay.
0302216541. Think, he's only saying his brother becoming a president. Honestly, the new president, Akebia, he would have gotten away a bit more, and then to the head of the army as well. I feel that if we all support a good cause, what happens is that when Obisuba, we say, hey, akwaye we ni born abasu, timisu na misu yembo mabasubi. But KT is on the line.
Yeah, no. Top of the evening to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, this is the first time I'm about to share the story, but for the patriotism thing you're talking about, I just want to say this.
Sure.
And I just want you to listen carefully. Sometimes it's us. We are our own enemy as patriots. I have a company, and I wrote to, and I will not mention the person's name because luckily I've been able to get hold of this person. I have her number. I'll be calling her, and the day I get to his office, she will weep, and I'll tell her to call the police. So now this is the story. I have a company, right, to enhance your activities. And I said, listen, I'll be giving you 5% of my profits. You guys are not playing any role, nothing, zilch, nothing. I said, I'm giving you 5% of my profit margin, so to help this part of your core activities as a ministry, so you guys can do something. Guess what? The letter they wrote to me, they were rather directing me to go to a specific agency, telling me on what to do to gain a license or what I'm about to do. Meanwhile, I'm already licensed and I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just saying, listen, sitting from afar as a Ghanaian, as a patriot, we see that you need this assistance. The nasty letter that came from that ministry, Nana, you know what? That day I left, of course I was called to go and pick up this letter. I left the ministry demoralized, and I was just calling out to get an e-ticket to get out of the country because, Charlie, ya breath, cool way. And and so when we hear stories like what you are sharing today, it kind of, what makes it, there are certain elements in this country that are ready, and like you are saying, people will insult you. There are others, they will not insult you, but they will frustrate you, they will disgrace you, they will demoralize you to the extent that, and I want you to be free from her. And they are there. They are in the ministries. So for what the army has done, there are a lot of Ghanaians who want to help. But if we don't get such educational programs like this to educate us, to say maybe use I'll be going to that ministry, and trust me, that woman will be on her knees crying, and I'll ask her the content and the reason why she wrote that letter. and I'll share the outcome with you. God bless you.
God bless you too, KT. God bless you for listening, and God bless you for even calling. But Shem is on the line. Hello, Shem.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Coming from a veteran, I was hearing something about the armed forces. You are trying to give kudos. But Nana, you should understand where we come from. I'm an LAC, leading aircraftman, mixing Yabo Hashem retired. Nana, I serve the armed forces with pride. I serve the country with pride. When it was time for me to talk out, Nana, my resignation was a 5-page letter. The military as it stands is a very reputable institution, but Nana, the rot's going on. I said it without no fear. The rot going on there. So Nana, when one CDS gets up and then right now speaks the grassroots, you will still find agitation down there. Nana, I can't give you the number of people who are going on a war, the number of people who are resigning from the military. Recently, just last week or so, it's a corporal who is sick, is in need of dialysis or something. He's in need of money. Nana, can you believe a soldier in uniform? Appeal for funds, man. Nana, sacrifice your life for the country. And this is what is circulating in the media. Last week when I heard it and when I saw it, you should have seen how my wife was trying to tame me. Like, how? So, Nana, you see, let's not do this to ourselves. We're in a country where we know what is going on. We pretend like we are fixing them and we don't fix them. If all the media houses are supposed to turn their heads inside the military right now, from the top to below, Nana, you see the rot in there. Nobody is saying the military is corrupt. He's saying the military is doing something untoward, but there are things that are not being as per thought. There are things that are not being as we were told it should be done. If me, a young soldier, did you ensure? Sometimes our big men don't do that. They do that. It's from the chief of air staff, chief of army staff, chief of naval staff. Nana, they don't do what's expected of them. Maybe somewhere along the line, chain of command is not being done. Maybe things are being skipped. But Nana, if you go into the barracks, Nana, you'll be surprised what's happening. So patriotism, I like the topic. Patriotism is actually dead. But some of us will not let it die. We'll do our best to revive it. But it's dying. And Nana, ask yourself this. All the people at the top are people perhaps in their 50s and their 60s. And when they presumably do these things as if they are doing it for good, Nana, there have been military lands that have been sold for cheap. Obianka wants them. And they say, where about no person, Papa? No. To me, yes, it's good, but still mediocre. What about the others who have done it and they are gone? Military Nana, go into the barracks and find out. You will get this information. So when you enlist, let's say 1,000, or let's say perhaps let me be fair. Let's say you enlist 500 troops every year, and then you don't have enough accommodation for it, and yet you still want to do it. The ones that are already in the system, where do you expect them to be, Nana? These people have already sacrificed their life for the country. So our big men, what are they doing? What are they telling government? What are they telling them?
Sure. I hear you, I feel you, but are you saying until we get 100%, the guy shouldn't accommodate his men?
No, he should.
Exactly. So in the midst of all these troubles, he's accommodating his men. And this issue of military selling of lands, look, I know they had to part exchange lands for more accommodation because they didn't have the money, but they had land banks. So what they do was they approach people to say, listen, if you give me 10 houses or 20 houses, I'll give you an acre or 2 acres of land. So they haven't sold it cheap as you think it is. Trust me.
Well,
yeah.
You have the information, so yeah. I'll only leave it there.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, now you see, when you're in the military, right, there are certain things you know. It's not like you know it's hearsay.
I know,
it's the truth. I have no evidence to it, but then you know.
I know it's not perfect. But we can't also say, so unless it's perfect, then we don't move forward. So I want to really use this to, highlight the good they've done and push it forward. Which is very important for them. But yes, like you're saying, things must be corrected. There are certain things that will come out that will shock you. Say, how can this come from the army? But hey, as for this one, it was a good deed. And I'm still calling and reaching out to corporate Ghana. Say reach out and help so that at least it will be in history that once upon a time, when the military came calling, corporate Ghana responded. Chidiak is on the line. Hello, Chidiak.
Yeah, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Hey.
Is this not hate? We hate ourselves. We don't admire progress. Once upon a time when I was going to school, on the wall, there was 2 trees. The black man is climbing one. The white man is climbing one. The one the black man is climbing, there are people at the top pushing him down. There are people down pulling his leg down for him to fall. But with the white man tree, some people are holding him, bringing him up, some pushing him up. This is the society we have. We don't like ourselves. We pretend hypocrisy. Churches come, they don't preach what love is. Nothing. All they preach is prosperity, prosperity. We don't like ourselves. Imagining Kwame Nkrumah going to build dam for Ghana. And somebody wrote letter and sent it to the Queen. Ghana is not right for dam. After the man has built the dam, he is dead and gone. Has he taken the dam away? We are full of negativity. Continue hammering this and let's see some of them will change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me share a little story about Richard Branson, the guy who owns Virgin Airlines, right? When he wanted to start the airline, he didn't have a plane, right? And he didn't have money to buy a plane. But he had heard that Boeing has also produced planes that they couldn't sell. So he quickly registered the airline and went to Boeing and said, well, I've started my airline. If you give me X amount of planes, and give me a payment plan, I'll pay you. So he registered it, went to take the planes, started Virgin Airlines, and today he's a giant. And everybody knows Richard Branson. But we have our own. Goes to a mine, he's not allowed in. Few years later, decades later, he owns it. And few other companies, few other big companies that thought, you don't have enough credentials to come and work here. Now he owns it. He owns it, including the HR Papa no Chro letter class. Me fauna, these are stories. If we can proudly say Richard Branson's story, why can't you say Ibrahim's story? Just because his brother is the president? That's not fair, folks. Army commander ba, soldier for nya baby na, wa frobia ba, Charles la sumila, give me small. Everybody's donated, so that he builds. Why don't you commend such a person? But Kweku Ando is on the line. Hello, Kweku.
Good evening, Nana, and thank you for your show. It's refreshing sanity every once a week. But, this country, we have some serious problems. And I wonder that I don't think we have any more patriots left, because this issue of Galamsey that is destroying the next generation, we should be seeing patriots who are, excuse my language, attacking and killing people who are doing Galamsey. You see, we have a niceness about how we approach our problems, but mercury in water, cyanide and arsenic is deadly. It's deadly not only to our parent generation, but to future generations. You ask yourself, where are the men in the army? Where are the men who have sworn their allegiance to the flag? Who can't counter this canker? And we are waiting for this thing to plunge this country into a civil war, when the constituency that says that they will mine and put mercury in water to the detriment of generations are going to have to be faced by people like me and you who are sane-minded, who want the best for our future, who want the best for our children. So I think that leadership in this country needs to sit up. Otherwise, you're going to start getting individuals who are going to make expeditions into the forest and take out people one by one, because otherwise we all go down. So I think that the military, for one, sometimes we regret we didn't enter the military, because this is a public station. We don't need to talk too much, but action must be done by people who love this country, and we lack patriots.
Thank you very much, and we should create patriots. We should definitely create. Now, those people are nothing to focus our attention on. They envy, non-enviable, disrespectful, lazy, talkative. They just envy the philanthropist. Forget about them. From Akos in Ashiye. younger brother is online, Nana Kwesi. Nana Kwesi, I don't know your age, but how they may you are my younger brother.
We have your fan. Canada. We Papa Crocky 80 years. Hey,
let me hear you.
Oh, Nana Patriotism, they are told you more. I told you much. Reason. Hey, Nana, it was just a few weeks ago that we had a show about how families glorify the dead. And just it's like, this one is like magical. And a family is refusing to pay hospital bills for their family member. And when they were told that the guy is dead, quickly they came, paid all the bills, come to see. Nana, are we not crazy people? Hey. Anyway, Nana, we practice partisan and affiliation politics in this country. That has been our downfall. So depending on which side of the device you find yourself, you have to oppose those. When you find yourself at the other side, you can even propagate for the country to bend, because it becomes a standing point for you to use as to score political points. And that has been our issue. And the constitution too, in addition. So if you are patriotic, you won't drink pure water and leave it on the floor. Come to Medina Zongo Junction. People are just urinating in the middle of the road. How is this patriotism? So national forum, the presidency, the ministries, they have their own issues. But with those that we are on the ground, and we too, our own. It's even worse. Nana, bridge also own. You run and cross it and cross me. Me my bonnet. If you cross me and I hate you, I mean, you know. Me drive it straight to the police. I mean, make sure one man want to wave you. We are a crime with the person wrong, because you are not supposed to pass there, and you did, and you've caused the accident. Don't later. You say you later. Even you know, condemn to Gurebu. Maybe our children, they will come and change something. But yeah, when you go, oh, Nana, they bear now you. Recently, there was this legislation that they were trying to use to keep. Watch the example you give about the Ibrahim Mahama thing, whereby somebody gave a false obligation. Some things like this, we should have legislations to guide it. Say, oh, kind of cry, oh, kind of cry. But you don't lie. And when we say it, you say they don't want you to talk. Talk, say, what are you saying? You are lying. And you say we should allow you to continue to lie. How? Nana, well, your mom, we say, your friend is God bless our homeland. That, you know, because God has already blessed Ghana. We don't need God blessing again. What we should be feeding on should be general assassinating the Edebayano and the Bechere. Say, Benjamin, Shiraya, Yakumayano. So far, so I say,
good evening. So much. Good evening. There I say they are out. The 9th and 10th books. The Red Lipstick and Letters from Mama. Written by Gifty Danswa Auntie Oheneyere. The books were launched yesterday. I think a special thanks goes to the First Lady, Madame Lodina Mahama, who had been very instrumental and very helpful to Oheneyere with regards to releasing these books and many other things. So I think I have to single her out and say a big thank you. But thank you to all who turned up. Bobiada Kupoku, Madame Oye Bampo, and many others. Beautiful ceremony at La Palm Beach, Royal Beach yesterday. So the 9th and the 10th book, The Red Lipstick and Letters from Mama. 054-361 8182 054 361 8182. You can call and get your copy. I cannot leave here without saying thank you to my international producers, Oliver, Nana Kweku, and Misa. The nephew, my adopted, and the legendary Ziggy. News bulletin is up next. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. And I say thank God it's Monday. God willing, next Monday we'll be back to do this all over again.